Asking Allah or enforce that Allah is not supposed to be the Wali al-Ahd, the regent, because he had a vow, nadr, and now he wanted to fulfill his nadr. If he is going to win the war over his brother Al-Amin, as you know that Al-Amun, he wasn't the Khalifa. Al-Amin, Al-Ma'mun, and then Al-Mu'tasam or Al-Amin. For what? For wealth, kingdom, power, and all of that. Now, if this is true that he said, oh God, Khalifa or Wali Ahd or successor, so this is also unacceptable. Number 3, the interpretation of that action, they said, Al-Ma'mun, he was Shia or truthful. Deeply implanted the love of Amir al-Mu'mineen in his heart. So he grew up with that. Also, there are so many or other evidence for this fact. They said one time when, during his father time of course, when Imam Musa al-Kazim alayhi salam came to visit, and when he left, he also has very deep kind of thinking person, and he noticed that, and he asked his father, "Why have you done this? I haven't seen you done such kind of respect, showing this kind of respect to any other person, just this person." He said, "Listen, my son, this is like one of the descendants of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be the Khalifa." He said, "Listen, if you are going to fight me over that, you are my son, right? I have raised you." So all of that became Al-Ma'mun. He was a Shia, and by the way, he also gave Fadak back to Ahlul Bayt. And he accused anyone who is going to praise Muawiyah against what the Umayyads did. For 8 years they were cursing Imam Ali alayhi salam on the members of enemies. So all of that, some of them they will say, okay, this is because he loved Shia, he was a true Shia. And that's why he made, or he chose Imam Rida alayhi salam to be his objectives behind Al-Ma'mun's move or step when he chose Imam Rida alayhi salam to be his successor. Number 1, people of Khurasan, most of them, they were Shia. They were the followers of Ahlul Bayt. So he wanted them to calm down. There were so many for the revolution of Abi Sawaya in Basra, the revolution of Zaydun now. So this is his brother, Imam Rida's brother. They call him Zaydun now because he burned the houses of the Abbas. In Yemen, Thawrat Ibrahim ibn Musa. In Wasit, his court, and I wanted people to calm down. So what is the best step or thing that he can do? Chose Ali ibn Musa Rida to be his successor. But they didn't support others. It depends on their goals. If they have it, like, 3 chose Imam Rida to be his successor. And one of the very important revolutions, it is the revolution of Zayd ibn Ali ibn al-Hussein. Alim, his father, a knowledgeable person, and he didn't call him for his debate. So Zayd, he was an amazing example of these revolutions against, Umayyads, and then also against Abbasids. Number 3, Imam Rida alayhi salam was highly respected by people, not just by the scholars, but people in general. So Ma'mun, he just wanted, by choosing him to be his successor, to get this kind of the descendants of Ali ibn Abi Talib. So it is better for you to keep this authority with heavy surveillance, or the Shia with like followers. So they are not going to be contacting him the right way. Also another reason, not like a clear approval of legitimacy of his khilafat and actions, but it is an indirect way that he got it. But Imam Rida alayhi salam was aware of this kind of trap, and he told his followers, no, it is not going to be true, and don't be so excited. And he told them a lot, I will do nothing. Al-Ma'mun accepted. So, dear brothers and sisters, what kind of lessons that we can get from this? It is very important. Okay? You need to be aware of what's going on. So this is one of the great lessons that we need to learn from Imam Rida alayhi salam, and from what other Imams have done as well in other election days. Not to fall in the traps of sometimes political games to you, because you may be involved in one of the political movements. Be aware of that. I remember one day, one of the politicians, like Lebanese politicians, he was very smart. And there was a movement of signing, let's say, demand or something against the civil war at that time, led by communists. They're just saying that I'm supporting peace. So he said, I'm against. Okay? And like sometimes, even in Iraq, when many people accuse the Shia, oh, they accepted American invasion. No, we didn't. We didn't accept Saddam regime. We fought that regime. We resisted that regime. But at the same time, yes, I accepted this kind of, they said we are against, destroying all our institutions like, the military and other institutions. Another lesson, dear brothers and sisters, when you are dealing with any political project, you need to study that thoroughly. What is the pros or cons, and what is the objective environment or anything surrounding it. What are the ways that you want to get to your goal? And sometimes there are main slogans, but behind it, like there's a title and subtitle. You need to be aware of the subtitle too. So dear brothers and sisters, these are some of the lessons that always need to be motivated by what? Our love to Islam, and also we need always to see what we are. We also to reread what Imam Allah alayhi salam did.
بستعمل data. I don't have internet.